Welcome back to the Palace of Sport. Luzhniki here in Moscow, and it's Czechoslovakia against Team Canada, and the game is just underway. There's no score. Ed Stanowski is in goal for Canada. Trevor Johansson, number 4, slaps it out to center, and Czechoslovakia gets it again, and it's over to Havlicek, left it for Bubla. Halinka into the corner after it, chased by Rick Green. Green bumps him, and the puck rolls to Bobby Smith. Here comes Smith with McAdam and Payne over the Czechoslovakian line, and he's checked. Brought back now by Czechoslovakia's Juris, number 4. Drags the puck at center, gets it back over the line. There's a shot, gloved by Ed Stanowski, as Kozar let that go. Canada trying to get it out of their own zone, kept in by Ivan Halinka, and his shot went sailing over the top of the Team Canada goaltender, Ed Stanowski. No score here in the first minute and 30 seconds. That shot goes wide of the Team Canada net. Rick Green, number 3 for Canada. Pass it up on the right side to Al McAdam, going in with Gary Unger. Unger has the puck. Got a score. But there was offside there, Tom called. Didn't hear the whistle, but there was an offside against Team Canada.
Well, this is typical of the European officials. The linesmen don't blow that whistle all that quick, and although it was a debatable offside, he blew the whistle late. Unger had time to get a shot away, scored the goal, but it was called offside. But they do call those whistles late.
And back to the action here. The puck rolls into Bagala, number 3, laps it down the ice into the Team Canada zone, and back after it is Greg Smith. Smith behind his own net for Canada. No score here in Moscow. That lead pass intended for Dennis Maroon. Gets a shot, and that stopped. Not out though. Maxwell kept it in. It's cleared over to the right wing side, and Marian Stachny has it. Stachny brings it out. Left it there for Figala. Shoots it in. There's a shot. And Sadowski stopped that off the stick of Peter Stachny. Gary Unger backhands it. Dennis Maroon clears it to center ice. That's broken up. Brad Maxwell shoots it over the line and hits the stick and goes up into the crowd out of play. And the Team Canada lineup tonight. Sadowski in goal. And as you see, the other members of Team Canada. Shand is number 6, Gary Unger number 7, Paymon number 9, and on down the list, Marcel Dion in the lineup tonight wearing jersey number 17. This is David Shand shooting it in, stopped there by Yuri Kralik. Kralik number 2, the goaltender for Czechoslovakia, scoops that shot up from Marsh, number 2. Now here's Czechoslovakia, possession again, got it out to center ice. Milan Novi knocked it down, and then he goes back after the puck inside his own line. Novi backhands it out to center, rolls right into the Team Canada zone, and this is David Shand, number 6. Shand a pass at center ice, cleared up on the left wing side. This is Nick Libet. Libet out there with Dale McCourt. There's a drive, deflected in front and just goes wide. No score. Canada has the puck. Number 16 is Paul Woods. Tried to get it back to the line, and it's cleared right back inside the Team Canada blue line. Lead pass knocked ahead to Paul Woods. Race for it in behind the Czechoslovakia net, and it's icing. And the Czechoslovakian lineup, Yuri Kralik is in goal, and several newcomers. Tagala number 3, Juris number 4, Yuri Novak number 11, and then on down the list you see the Stachnys, Marion number 18, number 20 Anton, and Peter Stachny is number 26. 3 brothers playing for Bratislava. Puck goes in behind the Team Canada net. Trevor Johansson passes it ahead to Guy Charron. Charron to Walter. Walter shoots it into the Czechoslovakian corner. Bumping there, Juris runs into the Team Canada player, and Czechoslovakia has possession. Here's big Ivan Halinka winding up, number 21. Halinka goes over the line with Kozar and scores! And Czechoslovakia takes the lead 1-0.
Well, Halenka used the screen of Pozar moving across. He took his time, moved back across, and got that shot away. But he took his time, waited till the screen set up in front of Stanowski before he got that shot away. And Halenka, a big fella, one of the leader of the Czechs, just let that shot go. Just a great shot. Here we see him holding onto the puck. There's Pozar moving across. And you can see where all that traffic was in front of Stanowski, and he didn't have a chance to see it before the goal was behind him.
1-0 for Czechoslovakia. This is Rick Green now for Canada, shooting it in. And back after it is Milan Kuzela. Kuzela is bumped off the puck. Ryan Walter tries to knock it loose. And Czechoslovakia has it again. They lead 1-0. This is Team Canada's second game of the championship. Earlier they defeated the USA by a score of 6-3. Stanowski stops that shot. Back comes number 15, Guy Chiron, to Ryan Walter, and it's offside at the Czechoslovakia line. With the score, Czechoslovakia 1, Canada 0 from Moscow. This is the World Cup of Hockey. And back to the action here at the Palace of Sports in Moscow. 1-0 for Czechoslovakia. Bouncing puck goes to Yuri Kralik. He knocked it down, left it there for Kuzela, and Czechoslovakia got it out to center where it's broken up by Team Canada. That pass intended for Bobby Smith. There'll be a penalty to number 3, Fagala, who dumped Bobby Smith just outside the Czechoslovakian line. An interference call.
Well, whether it was an interference or a trip as Smith moved out, and really he didn't have possession of the puck just as it was cleared to the far side. Here we see the trip by number 3 for the Czechoslovakian team as Smith made the pass and started to move across the Czechoslovakian blue line.
The Team Canada power play, and Marcel Dion making his appearance on the point there, wearing jersey number 17. Knocks it down, has it at center, fires it over to Brad Maxwell, who shoots it into the Czechoslovakian corner. They try to get it out. Dion gets the shot, and that's deflected just wide. Al McAdam, number 25, tried to get it, and it's cleared right down the ice. Ed Stanowski out of the net and leaves it for Marcel Dion, number 17. Dion watched by Martinet, number 10. Here comes Bobby Smith up to the Czechoslovakian line, takes it into the corner, chased by Dvorak, and put it right onto the Czechoslovakian player's stick, and there'll be a penalty to Brad Maxwell as he hooked number 25, Aberman.
Well, those are the penalties a hockey club just hates to get. Smith, who had moved into the corner, moved around, didn't look quite long enough when he made that pass back to the point to Brad Maxwell, and he didn't have much choice. Here's the pass. You see it coming out, and Brad Maxwell, and the puck was going to break behind him, just has to bring down the Czechoslovakian player. But that evens things up when you have the power play, and that hurts.
1 minute and 21 seconds left in the Czechoslovakia penalty. And now Brad Maxwell's in there with Czechoslovakia leading by a score of 1-0. They've credited that goal now to Halenka at 3:55 of this opening period. Here goes Denis Maruk, delayed offside at the Czechoslovakian line. Earlier today, the Soviets defeated Germany by a score of 3-2. That game was just played prior to this contest at the Palace of Sports in Moscow. Number 19 for Czechoslovakia, that veteran Yuri Bubla. In behind his own net, setting it up for the Czechoslovakian team, and that pass goes behind Halenka. Denis Maruk passed it right to Bubla. Here comes Bubla for Czechoslovakia into the corner, and his weak shot is stopped by Stanowski. Canada with possession now. That's Brad Marsh of the Atlanta Flames. Marsh straight up the middle. At center ice, shoots it into the corner, and it's offside as Maruk was over the line. 45 seconds left in the Czechoslovakian penalty. And 1 minute and 24 seconds left in the minor to Brad Maxwell. This is the third World Championship ever held in Moscow. The Swedes won here in 1957 and the Soviets in 1973. And they'd like to do that once again in competition this year. In behind the net, this is Kuzella, number 8. He's checked. Gary Younger cleared it right in front, and that's intercepted and brought out. Number 26 is Peter Stastny. Stops as he goes over the line. Fires it to the other side. There's a shot by Kuzella, stopped by Stanowski. And brought back now by Team Canada at center. And it's cleared in by David Shand, right to goaltender Yuri Krolik. Czechoslovakia ready to get a power play advantage here. They shoot the puck into the corner. Now they're back at full strength as Pagala steps on the ice. Maxwell still has 31 seconds left in his penalty. Krolik steers it behind his own net to Stastny. Comes out the other side and intercepted at center ice by the Team Canada player, and it's back now to Rick Green. Green was checked. Here comes Anton Stastny, and his shot goes wide. Bubla is bumped against the board. Peter Stastny getting set a shot, and that's stopped by Stanowski and cleared down the ice. As Maxwell steps on the ice, and Team Canada back at full strength. From Moscow, this is the World Cup of Hockey. And back to the action here. The face-off in the Team Canada zone, and that shot just went wide. Novi is after it, bumped against the boards by Will Paymont. Puck rolls into the corner. Rick Green, number 3 for Canada. Checked by Novi. Tries to come around the other side, slaps it into the corner. Martinet got it, goes to Novi, trying to get it in front, and he's checked. Guy Charon for Canada. Got to his own blue line, then stepped away from Aberman. Takes it over the Czechoslovakian blue line. Paymont spins Novi around, and it's brought back out to center ice. Here comes the Czechoslovakian team, a shot, and Aberman whistled that one wide. Goes after the puck, clears it to Novi, and his shot goes wide. Halupa slaps it behind the net. Paymont goes after it. He bumps along the boards with Dvorak, and it's knocked out to center. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the opening period, and Czechoslovakia leads 1-0.
Even though the Czechoslovakian team has made quite a few changes, that last five-man unit, Halupa and Dvorak as the defense, and Novi, Martinez, and Aberman, that's a veteran group that goes back to the Canada Cup Series in 1976 and played well together.
And Holinka is back out there at center. The captain of Czechoslovakia, he has scored the lone goal of the game at 3:55. Greg Smith has the puck inside his own line for Canada. Cleared it out. Intended for Bobby Smith. Goes right into the Czechoslovakian zone. Icing is waved off. Al McAdam tries to poke the puck loose. Knocked against the board by Pozar. Maxwell shot. Deflected. And Krolik holds on and gets the face-off in the Czechoslovakian zone.
Well, Brad Maxwell can handle that puck at the point. It came back, and his nice low shot was right on the net, and Al McAdam was working in front of the net. There you see the puck going back to the point. Maxwell gets the shot away, and there's Al McAdam right on the doorstep trying to tip it in. He did get a piece of it. Krolik covering up.
Bobby Smith lost the draw, goes in behind the net. Number 22 is Havlicek. Tried to get it out. Now it's cleared over to Holinka. Holinka stops at center. Then passes on the left side to Jurich. Jurich couldn't get a shot away. He was hauled down, and there'll be a holding penalty to Greg Smith.
Well, that was a little cheap, I would think, at that point. It seemed quite an innocent play with Juris moving the puck all by himself. He had no one to give the puck to, and Smith just gave him a little turnaround. Juris went down on the play, but 2 minutes for Greg Smith.
The referee for the game is Kaisla of Finland, and the two linesmen are Schall from Hungary and Van Hanen from Finland. Kaisla of Finland is the referee. So Canada, a man short. Greg Smith in the penalty box in the face-off, almost directly in front of goaltender Ed Stanowski. Now we're set to go. The puck is dropped. Canada trying to get it out, and it's backhanded down the ice by Rick Green, number 3. 10 minutes and 39 seconds left in the opening period. Czechoslovakia leading 1-0. They're on the power play now with the puck in their own zone, dropping it behind the net. Now watch them go. Carried out by Peter Stastny at center. Over on the far side, it's slapped along the boards. Rick Green goes after it. Stopped there by Halinka. Halinka gives it to Marian Stastny. Drops it back. Back to Marian Stastny. His shot hit the post and came out the other side. And Stanowski grabs it quickly and held it long enough to get a whistle.
Well, one thing that characterizes Czechoslovakian play is their good power plays that they have, and they move the puck around really well. The one change that they've made, Halinka, who is normally a center, and the Czechoslovakian team doesn't do this very much. They've moved him to the point. We use that a lot. Canadian hockey, North American hockey, they like to use good puck handlers on the point, but the Czechoslovakian team, no. Here we have the puck right off the side and the opportunity from Stastny.
1 minute and 18 seconds left in the Team Canada penalty. Czechoslovakia on the power play here. They slap it around the board. They have a very impressive power play setup. Watch Marian Stastny now. Gets it behind the net. The return pass to Stastny, but he stopped there before he could get the pass, and McAdam shoots it down the ice for Canada. Now Woods and Libet come out there as coaches Marshall Johnson and Andre Boudria change their penalty-killing duo. 45 seconds left in the penalty to Greg Smith. Czechoslovakian team winding up. It bounced over the stick of Peter Stastny, and it's right back in. Rick Green then found an opening and gets it out to center ice. Halupa drops it back inside his own zone. A pass to Anton Stastny. Over to Peter, his brother, number 26. He just dumps it right back into his own zone to Halupa. 21 seconds left in the Team Canada penalty to Greg Smith. Czechoslovakia leading 1-0. Bubla had the puck at center, then lost it. Milan Novi gets it back. Passes to Martinet, going over the line. Tried to get the return pass, then fights into the corner after it. Martinet to Novi. And that's stopped on the short side by Ed Stanowski. As Greg Smith steps on the ice and Canada is back at full strength.
Here we are just moving around behind the net. One thing the Czechoslovakian team likes to do, European teams, they go behind that net, and rather than going all the way behind, throw it back to the side that they went into. And usually if the goaltender is moving to the far side, he's open, but the puck didn't come out in front of the Czechoslovakian team to get that opportunity.
Face off to the right of Stanowski. Stanowski with Guy Charon taking the face off, and is cleared out to center. Halupa trying to set it up to Novi. It's stopped by David Shand and cleared out to center. Pema had it bounced away from him, and the Czechoslovakian team has it again. Dvorak passed it right in front, and it's intercepted by David Shand to Guy Charon. He's stopped. Martinet inside his own line. Averman is bumped. It's Ryan Walter over the Czechoslovakia line. Passes into the corner. There's a shot, and that was knocked down in front. A good effort by Guy Charon. Another rolling puck. And that was stopped by goaltender Crawling. Charon is knocked down. The puck comes out in front. Brought back by Martinet. Martinet going in with Novi. And he was stopped by David Shand, who clears it down the ice into the Czechoslovakian zone. Paymont goes back after it. Bumps along the boards with Dvorak. And we have a whistle with Czechoslovakia leading 1-0 from Moscow. This is the World Cup of Hockey. The Palace of Sport. Czechoslovakia leading 1-0 over Team Canada. And the face-off is to the right of goaltender Yuri Kralik. Puck is dropped. Havlicek, number 22, dumps it behind his own net. Then Halinka moves in quickly, gives it to Havlicek. Hold it in front. Al McAdam gives it to Brad Maxwell. Maxwell's shot goes behind the net. Bobby Smith tried to get it in front to Steve Payne. Runs into Pozar. And now Czechoslovakia brings it back out. Coming up is Havlicek. Goes over the line. Passes onto the left wing side. Gets it again. And that's kicked out. Here's the chance. They score! Juris makes it 2-0.
Well, after Stanowski had made the first save, he had to kick that puck right out. Juris, the defenseman, moved back in over the blue. Here he is, moving right into the top of the circle. Juris let that puck go. Cut the corner low on the glove side of Stanowski. But the defenseman of Czechoslovakia moving back up into that rebound as it was kicked right back out to the top of the circle.
7 minutes and 3 seconds left in the opening period, and Czechoslovakia has jumped into the 2-0 lead. Trevor Johansson out there on defense now with Rick Green. Passed it ahead to Dennis Baruch, bounced off his stick. Anton Saxon clears it into Fagala, number 3. It's shot down the ice, no icing. Johansson is back after it. Johansson watched by Stastny. Comes out the other side, cleared it out to Marcel Dion. He was stopped, and now Rick Green will try. Rick Green for Canada. Clears it over the line, and it's dumped right back out to center where Trevor Johansson has it. Rolls it into the Czechoslovakian corner. Both teams are at full strength. 2-0 for Czechoslovakia. Kuzela is checked. Got the puck to Fagala, though, number 3, and it's slapped out to center ice. This is Dennis Marouk. Weak pass is stopped there by Gary Younger. Back to Marouk. Marouk coming out with Marcel Dion. Couldn't get the pass. Anton Stastny is checked. And Marcel Dion has the puck, finds an opening, and shoots it down the ice. Rolling puck is stopped by Milan Kuzela, number 8. In behind his own net to Fagala, number 3. Cleared out to center ice. Then the return pass to Marian Stastny. Marian Stastny got into the corner, then was stopped there by Brad Marsh, number 2. Czechoslovakia has it again. Milan Novi kept it into the corner to Marian Stastny. And that puck bounced away from the winger, and Paul Woods has it for Canada. Woods got it over to Marsh. Marsh going in on goal, a shot, and that was deflected just wide. Paul Woods is checked. Milan Novi cleared it, got outside the line where it's stopped by Dale McCourt, number 10 for Canada. Lead pass. Knocked down by Paul Woods. Woods brings it back over the line, rolls it to the other side, and it's kept in by Marsh. In behind the net, Dale McCourt. Rolling puck in front, and the Team Canada players try to swipe it down, but it's brought right back. Here comes Novi. Got a shot, that was knocked down, and Dale McCourt brings it back for Canada. McCourt going in with Nick Libet. Libet takes the pass, but it's offside. Czechoslovakia 2, Canada 0 from Moscow. This is the World Cup of Hockey. And a group of Canadian supporters, Irv Ungerman, Arthur Harnett, Julian Klimkew, and the medical staff of Team Canada cheering on Canada here in the opening period. They trail 2-0. Here's Martinez going in, and he was stopped and slides into the corner with the puck underneath him. 4 minutes and 22 seconds left in the opening period. Alinka scored the first goal, and Juris the second goal for Czechoslovakia. Juris' goal at 12:56. There's Brad Maxwell on defense now for Canada. Former New Westminster junior when they won the Memorial Cup in 1977. Maxwell has it. Passed it ahead to Sharon, cleared down the ice. Paymon was checked by Juris, number 4, but it's called for icing.
Well, one of the things that Team Canada's been forced to do in this tournament, especially on the large ice surfaces they're now employing, and the airlift did help them when they got Shand and Marsh in, so that they can now use 6 defensemen, just in the same way that they're using 3 forward lines, because the big ice puts a lot of pressure on the defensemen if you're only going with 4. They're using 6 in the game today.
Face off to the left of Stanowski. The two teams are at full strength. Sharon against Alinka. And linesman Van Hanen waves Sharon out of the face-off position. And now it's Ryan Walter. Puck goes back to Greg Smith, number 23. Smith behind his own net. Tried to set that pass up to Walter. It goes right down the ice. And Juris will touch it. And it's icing once again against Team Canada with 4 minutes and 1 second left. And a bit of a mix-up there. Number 4 for Czechoslovakia is Juris, and Pema, number 9 for Team Canada. Now the referee's deciding to call the penalty.
Well, I think after the mix-up when Juris went back to touch the puck, and Paymont was rushing to get to it first to avoid the icing call, and the two of them collided in the corner, and the stick came a little high. But that's typical of the delayed calls that you get here. Juris, who scored the second goal, going to the box, and Paymont for Team Canada, both for roughing.
Face-off now is in the Team Canada zone. It'll be to the left of goaltender Ed Stanowski, member of the St. Louis Blues of the NHL. Here's Bubla's shot, and that's stopped on the short side by Stanowski. His goals against average this year in the NHL was 3.82. The other goaltender of Team Canada is Jim Rutherford. Ryan Walter against Halinka for this face-off now. Comes back to Bubla. Bubla then returns it to Halinka. Rolls it in front for Pozar. Dvorak slips and falls in the corner, and the puck is underneath him. Moscow, the capital city of the Soviet Union, and the host city of this 1979 World and European Ice Hockey Championships. And, of course, another big event coming up in Moscow next year, the 1980 Summer Olympics. This is the 46th World Hockey Championship and the third to be held in the Soviet Union. Of course, the Soviets are the defending champions. Czechoslovakia leads this game 2-0. Rick Green, number 3, has it for Canada, coming out to center ice. Gets by one Czechoslovakian defender, then just before he could get a shot, was checked by Kuzella. A good hip check by Kuzella, number 8. Going back behind his own net is Fagella. Fagella. And it's slapped off the board, down the ice, a race for it. Peter Stastny goes into the corner, and the Team Canada player, Green, got there first, icing against Czechoslovakia.
Well, in talking to Andrei Budryov before the game, he said that Team Canada was going to forecheck aggressively because he felt the key to the Czechoslovakian team was their defense of moving that puck up quickly. And there we have an example of Team Canada forechecking aggressively, forcing the Czechoslovakian defender to make that pass early, and the one for the ice and called back into the zone.
And the puck wasn't dropped fairly, so they'll do it again. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left here in the opening period. Bobby Smith, number 11, the puck comes back to Johansson, a shot, and that's stopped by Kralik as he got his stick on the drive from Johansson. Rick Green keeps it in, bumps along the boards with Fagella, but the referee, Kaisla, blew the whistle. 2-0 Czechoslovakia from Moscow. This is the World Cup of Hockey. And back here at the Palace of Sports, Luzhniki in Moscow, and we have a face-off this time in the Team Canada zone to the right of goaltender Stanowski. And we wish everyone along the CTV network a happy Easter. And as they say in Czechoslovakia and in this area of the Soviet Union, Zdravstvuyte, which means hello. Puck comes back to the line. This is Dvorak keeping it in. A shot knocked down in front. And it's Team Canada bringing it right back out. Gary Unger has it at center. Unger is stopped. Comes back to Unger. Unger passes it over on the right side to David Shan. Shan clears it in, and it goes in behind the net. And after it is Dennis Marouk. Marouk. Unger is checked. Now Marouk backhands it in front right to Martinet. Martinet brings it back for the Czechoslovakian team. Over the line now to Aberman, a shot, and it hit the glass in behind the net. Marouk in behind his own net. Two teams are at full strength. Pass comes over to Marsh. Marsh, number 2, got it out to Marouk. Marouk up on the right side, offside at the Czechoslovakian line. And a reminder, the telecast of this game is presented solely for the interest of our viewers under copyright of Arthur Harnett Enterprises Limited. Any use of this telecast without express written consent is strictly prohibited. And we're into the final 1 minute and 42 seconds of the opening period. 2-0 for Czechoslovakia. Ready now for the draw. The puck goes to Havlicek. Drops it into his own zone. And that's Juris clearing it over on the right wing side. Havlicek hammered against the boards by Nick Libet. Greg Smith gets it out to center. Checked by Halinka. And he gets a shot right on goaltender Stanowski. Brad Maxwell goes behind his own net. He's stopped. Rolling puck in front. And Nick Libet covers up but can't get it out. Now Maxwell will try. Off the boards. Pass goes to Paul Woods over the line. In behind the net goes Dale McCourt. Passed in front, and he was checked. Now Woods goes after it but couldn't get a shot away. Halinka for Czechoslovakia. Final minute of the opening period. Paul Woods then backhands it over the line. Checked against the boards by Juris. Goes after it. And now it's Bubla bringing it back out over to Halinka. Halinka's rink-wide pass got away from Maxwell, goes in behind the net. Maxwell bumps along the boards with Pozar. Stopped there by Halinka, then cleared by Libet. Got it outside the line. Dale McCourt is checked. Halinka drops it back inside his own zone to Juris, who has scored one of the Czechoslovakian goals here. Over the line goes Peter Stastny. Stastny is then bumped along the boards by David Shand. Woods got it outside the line. McCourt couldn't handle it. 10 seconds left in the first period as Greg Smith has it. Smith behind his own net. Off the boards and down the ice. 3 seconds, a race for it. And it's touched there by Bubla just as the horn goes to end the first period of play. And the goal scorers Halinka at 3:55, Juris at 12:56. At the end of the first period, this is the World Cup of Hockey from Moscow. This period. Team Canada's opening game of the World Hockey Championship was against the United States. In the Saykeska Arena here in the Soviet Union, Dennis Maruk of the Washington Capitals put Team Canada in front. On a play developing here, you'll see Maruk in the corner, number 21. Now watch him move in front, and he gets his own rebound off goaltender Warden and sends it home. Maruk, a 31-goal scorer this season with Washington of the National Hockey League, scores the first goal for Team Canada in the championship. Now on the replay, you see him move in front, gets his own rebound, and sends it into the net. 1-0 Canada against the United States. But the USA came back short time later. Phil Verkoto scoring the first of 2 goals. And he beats Jim Rutherford there. Rutherford sprawling out for it, but Verkoto tapped it home. And it was 1-1 at that point early in the first period. Number 14, Verkoto. Watch him move in front here now on the replay, and the puck just gets by Rutherford, and it was a 1-1 tie. Wilf Payma scored 3 goals against the Americans, and this is a look at the first of 3 for Payma. Just trickles by the USA goaltender Jim Warden. And again, Canada had the lead. It was 2-1 at that point. Wilf Payman on the replay, a perfect pass, gets by the defender and lets the shot go. That eludes goaltender Warden. But once again, the never say die American team under coach Herb Brooks came back. Rob McClanahan, number 7 of the U.S., tied it in the opening period. Play develops here, kept in at the line, and just at the right of your screen, the puck goes in past Rutherford. One of the outstanding rookies with Team Canada, Ryan Walter, gave Canada a 3-2 lead on a play here. Walter from the Washington Capitals, a perfect pass, and Walter, a native of Burnaby, sends it home. Then Verkoto came back to tie it for the U.S., and then that set the scene for the eventual winner in the game, and it was scored by Wilf Payma, his second of the game. Watch Payma steal the puck here. The shot goes in so quickly and bounces right out. There was some dispute over the goal, but the referee and goal judge signifying that it was a goal. Paymont second. He added a third a little later, and Brad Maxwell rounded out the scoring for Team Canada in the game against the USA. Here's another look at the shot by Wilf Paymont. Bullet drive hits the mesh and came right back out. Now this is Brad Maxwell's goal. A shot eludes Wharton. Team Canada defeats the USA 6-3. Here today, the Czechs lead Canada 2-0. From Moscow, the World Cup of Hockey. And back at Moscow with the Czechoslovakian team leading by a score of 2-0 over Team Canada. Goals in the opening period by Halinka and Juris.
Well, Bernie, Team Canada did start off that period playing very, very well and actually had a few good opportunities early. We had Marcel Dion in by himself, and of course he's very tired, having just come off a flight and got in this afternoon at 4:30 and then playing the game this evening. He was tired, but he broke in by himself early in the period and had an opportunity, and there were a few opportunities early for both teams. But a Team Canada starting this second period, they have to come out here, and it's very important that they get that next goal, because for Czechoslovakia to go ahead 3-0, that's a long uphill grind. There we see the two coaches coming out of the dressing room, and I'm sure they had something to say to Team Canada, getting this club ready for this second and third period. And actually, the Czech team is not the same team that we've seen in the last few years. They don't have quite the experience, especially defensively with their goaltenders and with their defensemen, but they have lots of scoring power up front.
And Team Canada coach Marshall Johnson looking on behind the bench. Earlier games today, Finland and the United States played to a 1-1 tie, and the Soviets defeated Germany by a score of 3-2. So the Soviets have won their first two games. They defeated Poland shutout last night, and then defeating Germany today 3-2. Two teams here will start the second period at full strength. This beautiful multi-purpose stadium, the Palace of Sports, and it's the start of gymnastics and boxing competition as well. Halinka and Juric have been the goal scorers. As we get set now to start period number 2, the referee Kaisla of Finland. On your screen with number 5 on his back in the red armbands, of course. Now he skates into the center ice position. Halinka will take the draw against Bobby Smith. Smith, Payne, and McAdam, the forward line for Team Canada. Pass goes ahead now to Steve Payne. Left it there for Bobby Smith. His kicked out, and it comes right out to center ice as Kralik kicked that shot away. And Stanowski left the puck there for Trevor Johansson. Ahead to Steve Payne over the line. Here's Bobby Smith trying to get a shot away, but it was knocked away from him. Havlicek was checked by Al McAdam. McAdam cleared it over on the left side. Steve Payne shoots it in. Stopped by Juric, number 4. Lapped against the boards. Pozar with Bobby Smith and fell. There's a shot by Bubla. Just goes wide of the Team Canada net. Two teams at full strength. Rick Green slaps it off the board. This is Bobby Smith taking it to the Czechoslovakian line and over. Knocked off stride before he could get a shot, then collided with his own teammate, and there'll be a cross-checking penalty to Czechoslovakia. And I believe it'll be Juric, number 4.
Well, Bobby Smith showing how he can handle that puck, and playing in that U.S. game the other day, he really played a good hockey game, although he didn't figure as much as, say, Paymont in the scoring, played a great game. But Smith handling that puck going across, getting knocked off bounds. Here we see him moving down the side, picking up the puck, and he seems to handle it very, very nicely. He's got that long reach, that long stride, puts a little move on, going through. There's the cross-check, knocked to the ice by Juris as he steps across the line.
Ready now, Peter Stachny against Dennis Maruk, and the puck comes outside the line, and Guy Giron chases it right back into his own zone. Giron, watched by Marion Stachny, kicks the puck loose to Dennis Maruk. Maruk around the boards. Maxwell couldn't catch up to it. Bubla is checked by Marcel Dion, but manages to shoot the puck back into the Team Canada zone. captain for Canada, Guy Charron. Got the puck ahead to Dennis Marouk. Back to Charron to Marouk. And it's being called on an offside pass.
Well, the pass did come from inside the Team Canada blue line, picked up over the red line, and then called back. But one thing the Czechoslovakian team does is a little different. They don't simply turn when they're shorthanded and pick up their wings, but we saw Stastny in there deep, doing the forechecking, coming at you, trying to delay you in your own zone a little bit.
Gary Unger moved before the puck was dropped and put himself offside, so they'll take the face-off once again with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the penalty to Jurich. Face-off right at the Team Canada blue line. The puck comes over to Charron. Backhands it for Unger. Unger was checked. The puck is at center. And they hold it against the boards and get another whistle. Two members of Team Canada, Shand and Marsh, had hoped to join the team yesterday in time for the game against the USA. Unfortunately, they were held up in Montreal. They had a non-stop flight scheduled from Montreal to Moscow on Aeroflot, but they wouldn't allow them on the plane in Montreal because they did not have visas, although arrangements had been made with authorities here in Moscow. But they did arrive and are now with the team and dressed tonight. Here comes Marouk. In on goal, trying to get a shot. The puck is loose. Kralik knocks it to the side. And Dvorak, number 9, got it out to center ice where Charron has it. He's Charron for Gary Unger. Canada still on the power play. Here's Charron going over the line. Bumped and knocked down by Dvorak. Aberman behind his own net. He's checked, and there'll be a Team Canada penalty this time, with Czechoslovakia leading 2-0 from Moscow. This is the World Cup of Hockey. Marcel Dion in the penalty box for Team Canada. And Juris still has 45 seconds remaining in his penalty for Czechoslovakia. Canada trailing 2-0. This is Marsh, number 2, got the puck out to David Chan. Chan brings it to the Czechoslovakian line, into the corner, slips and falls, and Martinez covers up. Martinez watched there by Brad Marsh, who steals the puck. And Marsh is checked by Noby. Paymon goes behind the net, couldn't control the puck, and it's brought right back out. Aberman over to Martinez. Martinez going over the line, drops it in front of Dvorak, and he was knocked down by Marsh, number 2. Paymon slaps it out to center. Dvorak has it. Dvorak passes to Aberman, going in with Martinez, and is deflected off a stick and goes high over the glass and out of play. 2-0 for Czechoslovakia. On goals in the first period by Halinka and Jurich. And we have 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the penalty to this gentleman, Marcel Dion, who joined the team just this afternoon after flying from Los Angeles to Toronto and then spent last night in London to get rested up, and then flew in here today. Got here just about 3 hours before the game. Halinka, number 21, has it for Czechoslovakia, shoots it into the corner. Bozar bumped by Trevor Johansson. Halinka behind the net, comes back to the line. This is Bubla getting a shot, knocked down and cleared down the ice by Nick Libet. Libet and Paul Woods, 2 members of the Detroit Red Wings, killing off this penalty. Halinka slaps it to Bozar. Bozar behind his own goal, number 23. Czechoslovakia on the power play as Halinka has it at center, back to Bozar, and he was checked. Can't get it out though. Halinka over to Bubla. Rolls into the corner to Havlicek. Havlicek and Green hold it there and get a whistle.
Well, with only 17 seconds remaining in the penalty, Team Canada doing a good job in defending against the penalty, and at this point in the hockey game, very important too, because having had the power play, now going behind in the game, they don't want to let the Czechoslovakian team get that third goal, and they're working hard here, going after, surprisingly, doing a lot of forechecking. Al McAdams, Paul Woods doing a good job forechecking when they're shorthanded.
We played 3 minutes and 59 seconds in the second period. Ryan Walter, number 12, comes out there. He'll take the face-off against Peter Stastny, number 26. Face-off to the left of goaltender Ed Stanowski. And it's slapped down the ice right to goaltender Yuri Krolik. Krolik lets the puck go, and it goes behind the net to Fagella. Fagella passes over to Kuzella, number 8. Now here's Marian Stachny winding up. Takes it into the corner, hooked by Walter. Slaps it behind the net. Canada's back at full strength. The puck rolls in front. And Team Canada's Trevor Johansson is tripped. And there will be a tripping call to the Czechoslovakian player who hauled down Trevor Johansson.
Well, Trevor Johansson just moved right across in front of the net there, and Stachny just cut him down as he was moving across. It was a penalty that had he not blown the whistle, it left the Czechoslovakian player free in front of the net, but fortunately the referee was on the spot and called the penalty because he didn't dump Johansson in front of the net.
2-0 for Czechoslovakia with 15 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the second period. Game live on the full CTV network, coming to you from the Palace of Sports in Moscow. Canada's second game in the World Hockey Championships this year. They won their opener 6-3 over the United States. Marcel Dion on the point now, brings it to the Czechoslovakian line. Couldn't get too far with it, and it's brought back by Aberman. Aberman, number 25, was stopped before he could get a shot away by Rick Green. Here comes Green. Passes over to Dion. Dion just fires it in. After it is Dvorak. He's checked. Sharon tries to knock the puck loose. Aberman goes after him. They pin it against the boards. Then it's knocked loose. Ryan Walter got it to Rick Green, who was checked. Here's a break for Martinet. Going in on goal, a shot. And that's missed just by inches. Here comes Guy Sharon. Back for Canada. Sharon to the Czechoslovakian line and over, and it's broken up by Martinet, and he shoots it down the ice. Exactly 1 minute remaining in the penalty to Czechoslovakia. And Stachny in the penalty box, number 26. Lead pass over the line. Ryan Walter couldn't get a shot away. Has the puck in the corner for Canada. Gives it to Paymont. Paymont drops it back. Rick Green couldn't keep it in. Then gets it just at the line over to Paymont. Paymont getting set, passes in front to Dion. And he failed to get a shot away, and Czechoslovakia's Ivan Halinka brings it right back. Over the Team Canada line, lets it go, and Ed Stanowski stops that. 21 seconds left in the penalty. Here comes Canada again. Sharon goes over the line, rolls it in front, and Ryan Walter couldn't get a shot. Cleared to an open wing. Now Halinka catches up with it. 10 seconds left in the penalty. Goes into the corner, a backhand drive, and that's stopped by Stanowski, and he holds on. 13 minutes, 37 seconds left in the second period. From Moscow, this is the World Cup of Hockey. And welcome back to Moscow. This is Bernie Pascal with Tom Watt and Johnny Esau. 2-0 for Czechoslovakia. Canada has the puck at center ice, brought back up over the line. Here goes Greg Smith, and he was checked. A break now for Peter Stachny. Lets it go, and that's stopped by Ed Stanowski as they start to open up now. Two teams at full strength. Sharon is checked. Smith clears it in front, and then he's hauled down just into the corner. Al McAdam gets the puck to Payne, into Bobby Smith. Smith then was checked before he could get a pass in front. Peter Stachny is checked. Puck goes over to number 8. That's Kuzella. Passes to Fagella, number 3. And he just shoots it into the Team Canada corner. Canada has it again. Steve Payne trying to catch up to it. Checked by Fagella. Bobby Smith bumped with Peter Stachny. Comes over now to Krolik. And the puck is underneath Krolik, and we get a whistle.
Well, both teams opening up a little here now. Both clubs skating hard, a lot of good hard checking here at this point, and Team Canada pulling out a few stops. And the Minnesota line of McAdam and Smith and Payne having a few opportunities. Actually, Smith just failed to get that puck through when Payne was open on the far side, but that line playing very well for Team Canada.
2-0 for Czechoslovakia. The face-off is outside the Team Canada line. They have a broken stick, and the two linesmen, Schell and Van Hanen, picking up the stick right in front of the Team Canada bench. Canada's next game in the championships will be Tuesday when they'll play Finland. Two teams are at full strength. Novi against Dennis Marouk for this draw. Back in behind his own net goes Marsh, number 2 for Canada. Marsh on defense with David Shan, two members of the Atlanta Flames. Here's Marouk slapping it into the Czechoslovakian zone. After it is Dvorak, checked by Marcel Dion. Got it back, but no one was there, and it goes right back into the Team Canada zone. Shan gives it to Marsh. Marsh backhands it out to Marouk to Marcel Dion, who is checked. Dvorak to Novi. Novi to Martinet. Martinet into the corner. Stops. Tries to set it up in front. Gets it back to the line. Halupa's shot. And that goes wide. After the puck is Marsh. And it's underneath the Team Canada player, and another stoppage in play with a face-off to the left of Stanowski. Czechoslovakia has won the World Hockey Championship a total of 5 times. They've only won the European title 4 times. Won the World title 2 out of the last 3 years.
And were very disappointed last year when they lost at home to Prague when the Soviets won that final game.
And an exciting game it was. And here comes Czechoslovakia again. Juric inside his own line. The two teams at full strength. The pass goes to Pozar. Intercepted and cleared right back in. Bugla, number 19, has it for Czechoslovakia. Got a pass ahead to Alinka. Here's Alinka going in, a shot. And he was checked by Trevor Johansson, and he broke his stick on the drive.
I think when he shot, he had a little something on that shot. The puck went one way and the stick went another, and I think momentarily Stanowski, his attention was drawn by the stick breaking on the shot, but however, Halenka broke in there quickly, and Johansson came across to play him, although a little late on the play.
11 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period. 2-0 for Czechoslovakia. On goals by Halenka and Juric. That puck rolls to Stanowski. Left it for Rick Green. Here comes Green. Got away from Halenka at center. And bumped there with Paul Wood. Lost possession of it. Goes back into the Team Canada corner. Rick Green has it. Trying to get it ahead to Dale McCourt. He was stopped. Chance now for Czechoslovakia. That shot deflected in front and rolled right. The goaltender Stanowski as Pozar and Johansson were roughing it up in front of the net. And the line change for both teams here. Ryan Walter comes out for Canada with Sharon and Payma. And it's the Stashny brothers for Czechoslovakia. Marion, number 18, Anton, number 20, who will take the face-off, and Peters, number 26. Another Peter taking the face-off here, number 26, Anton on the right wing side. Now Brad Maxwell, number 5, into the corner. Maxwell for Canada, a pass to Guy Charron. Charron got it to center ice. Up to the line, and this is Kuzella. Kuzella lost it, comes back, Walter's shot. And that went up over top of goaltender Kralik. Into the corner, slapped around the boards, and cleared out to center by Anton Stashny. Shot right back in by Greg Smith. Off the boards, Anton Stashny is bumped by Maxwell. Sharon tried to get it, and it's brought back by Peter Stashny, going in with brother Marion. Marion's shot, and that was deflected wide. And it's cleared out to center ice. Backhand there by Kutella, number 8. Got it to Maxwell. Maxwell then was stopped. Marion Stashny over the line to Peter Stashny, a delayed offside. From Moscow, this is the World Cup of Hockey. We've reached the midway point of the second period and the game. And Czechoslovakia leads by a score of 2-0. The 10-minute mark of the second period. Two teams at full strength. Steve Payne is checked by Halupa. Puck loose at center, then cleared over. And it's dropped right back into Dvorak. Dvorak up on the right wing side. Got the pass to Aberman. Aberman, a lot of speed down left wing. But they tried to get the puck to Novi, and he was too well tied up by McAdam and Bobby Smith. David Shan brings it out now for Canada. Shan, dead center, shoots it into the Czechoslovakian zone. Bobby Smith around the boards to McAdam. McAdam is checked. Alupa tries to squeeze it by Smith, but he stops it, and we get another whistle.
Well, one of the things Team Canada has been doing in their zeal to forecheck the Czechoslovakian team in their own zone, they've been dumping that puck in and trying to force the Czechoslovakians to make a mistake in their own zone. But the Czechoslovakian team, they handle it pretty well, and if you dump it in, you've got to make sure somebody is going to be there either first to get it or is going to be in a good position to knock the defender off of the puck, because if you dump it in, that Czechoslovakian team gets it. They come right back with it. They don't give up possession of that puck.
Puck is dropped into the corner. Stopped in front. Here's a chance for Canada, but they couldn't get a shot away as Marcel Dion stole it. Kozar. Pass comes in front, back to the line to Juris. Juris setting up his shot, and Johansson knocks that down. Leap pass from Maruk. Maruk going in with Marcel Dion, who takes the pass, and the shot just goes wide. Great opportunity for Canada, but Dion's shot went wide. Havlicek lets it go, and that's stopped by Stanowski. And a bullet drive, but it was offside. Eight minutes and 58 seconds left in the second period, and what a scoring opportunity that was for Canada.
There we just see the end of the replay with the shot going by the net as Kralik looking for the puck, but that was a close call. Team Canada trying to get back in the game here.
Then Czechoslovakia came right back, and Havlicek took a bullet shot that Stanowski had to be very sharp on. Maxwell gets the puck to Dale McCourt. McCourt with Libet and Woods, and it's knocked down with a high stick, and we have a face-off back into the Team Canada zone. Eight minutes and 46 seconds remaining. Peter Stastny set now for the draw against Dale McCourt. Over to Brad Maxwell, number 5. Maxwell shoots it into the Czechoslovakian corner. This is Nick Libet going after it. And Libet checks the puck, slaps at it, and the whistle is blown on the offside pass. Well, if the Czechoslovakian player had got there, it would have been icing. As it was, the Team Canada player got there, and it was offside. Stastny and McCourt will take the face-off all over again in the Team Canada zone. Puck is dropped and rolls right to Maxwell. Knocked out to center ice. Nick Libet is checked there. Drops the puck back into his own zone to Maxwell. Maxwell to Paul Woods. Woods is bumped by Anton Stastny, but Maxwell carries on. Maxwell's shot, and it deflects off Magella and goes high and out of play. Our location here is the Palace of Sports, almost right at center ice. And we're one of 31 television crews covering the World Hockey Championships, and this game being fed to several countries, including, of course, the Soviet Union. Puck is taken back in by Shan. Shan, number 6, rolls the puck in front. And Sharon couldn't get a shot away as Martinet breaks out. Here comes Martinet. Makes the shot, then lets it go. And he was stopped by number 2 for Canada, Brad Marsh. Aberman knocks it down. Getting set, rolls it in front, a shot. The rebound, and that's stopped by goaltender Stanowski. And you talk about outstanding goaltending, Tom. Stanowski was brilliant there, and the crowd very appreciative of those great saves.
Well, it was a great save, and this trio of Novi and Martinet, you saw Martinet breaking out of his own zone to start it off, and you see Martinet standing off the crease, the puck comes through, the backhand goes up, there's the first try, Novi gets the rebound, tries to knock it over, he's knocked down by the defenders, almost rolling over Stanowski, but he made the second save off Novi on the edge of the crease.
And Dvorak has the puck at center, lost it there, rolls into the corner, off the stick of Guy Charon. Alupa, checked by Ryan Walter. Walter falls, the puck is underneath him, then it's knocked loose. Dvorak brings it back for Czechoslovakia. Going in with Novi and Aberman. Aberman tried to split the defense but lost control of the puck. Has it again, gives it to Martinet. Into the corner to Novi. And Canada breaks that up. Paymoy has it at center. Over to Guy Charron. Charron stopped by Novi. Paymoy carries on and gave it right to Novi, who fires it ahead to Aberman. Aberman's long shot. Scores! As it got away from Stanowski. And it's 3-0 Czechoslovakia.
Well, that's a goal that'll hurt Team Canada. Aberman, who has all kinds of speed, was at the end of the shift, and he didn't have the opportunity to go right to the net. He was being cut off by the defenseman. Actually took that shot from quite a distance. Stanowski seemed to have it in the glove, dropped it behind him, and lost it. The puck going into the net, but that makes it a long up here. Here we see Aberman just coming across the blue line. Stanowski gets a piece of it, reaching back with a stick, trying to pull it back. Just a little too late as the puck goes across the line.
Well, that's unfortunate. Great save that Stanowski has made, especially in this second period. That one just got by him. Here's McAdam moving it in front for Bobby Smith. Pozar stops that. And he got it outside and slapped it to center ice. Then it's cleared right back into the Czechoslovakian zone. Jurich, number 4. Stopped by Bobby Smith. Pass goes over to Pozar, though. Pozar had it, then knocked off his stick. Brought out by Rick Green. And he had trouble with it. Bobby Smith will try, passes it over. Trevor Johansson got it out. Now here's Bobby Smith moving in, got a shot, puck rolls into the corner. Al McAdam for Canada. Al McAdam still has it, moves in front, gives it to Bobby Smith, in front for Payne, and he couldn't get a drive. Johansson slaps it in behind. Bobby Smith in front, here's a chance for McAdam, and that stop. Payne gets set, his shot, and it's underneath the defenseman, and we get a whistle. From Moscow, this is the World Cup of Hockey. The final 6 minutes and 7 seconds of the second period, 3-0 for Czechoslovakia. Here's a chance now for Marcel Dion. Slaps it, but it's knocked down, and Peter Stastny, another lead pass to Marian Stastny. Lets it go, and that was wide. As the Czechoslovakians taking advantage of those excellent lead passes, and they were very successful on the last effort by Aberman. And Marian Stastny just shooting wide there. Here they go again, but it's an offside pass. Whistled down by linesman Schall of Hungary.
Well, that was a slick pass, unfortunately offside. The Czechoslovakian team must be doing something right because they haven't been scored against yet in this tournament. They shut out Finland in the first game, and we're almost at the last 5 minutes or 6 minutes of the second period here in this game, and they haven't been scored against here, so they're playing well defensively.
They have possession of the puck right now. Kozella chases it over against the board. Slaps it ahead to Anton Stastny, and then back to Kozella, number 8. Kozella to Peter Stastny. Marian Stastny motoring around center ice. Dion shot, and that was stopped. A bouncing puck, and it was knocked down with a high stick. And the face-off will come outside the line. 5 minutes and 22 seconds left in the second period. Alinka, Jurich, and Aberman have been the goal scorers for Czechoslovakia. Novi's out there now with Martinet and Aberman. Marouk will take the face-off for Team Canada. Marcel Dion is on the right side wearing jersey number 17. Greg Smith goes after the puck. It's slapped out to center. Novi was stopped by Dion, and now Gary Unger has it for Canada. Unger right in front of his own net, watched by Martinet. Now he decides to go back in behind the goal. Slaps it around the boards to Brad Maxwell. Maxwell gets it ahead to Dennis Marouk. Marouk coming up over the line with Unger. Unger back to Marcel Dion. Dion setting up a shot. Rebound hits the side of the net and goes wide. Dion drops it back, but nobody at that point as defenseman Maxwell had gone into the corner. Maxwell then shoots it down, a bouncing puck right to goaltender Kralik, and Kralik covers up, and we get another whistle.
Team Canada putting on some pressure there. Unger jumping in quickly on Dion's rebound and just going wide of Kralik, but Team Canada, that last shift, coming very close to getting their first goal of the hockey game and perhaps getting back in the game. But Kralik again being sharp and going for a second shutout in a row.
Detroit line out there now with Dale McCourt, Paul Woods, and Nick Libet. And the big line for Czechoslovakia, Bozar, Halinka, and newcomer Havlicek. McCourt knocked down by Bubla. Bubla also falls. Juris tries to get it out. McCourt stops that. There's a drive. And that was stopped as the Team Canada player Woods let it go. Back over the line and slapped into the Team Canada corner. David Shan runs into the Czechoslovakian player, and they hold it there, Halinka and Shan.
Well, we had a pretty good opportunity there to see how strong Halinka. We see Ivan Halinka, the captain of the Czechoslovakian team, is. He went into that corner for the puck, got there first. Dave Shan went in after, tried to take him off the puck and move him into the boards. And although the whistle was called, he had difficulty in moving him off that puck. Big and strong.
And he was the all-star center last year at the World Championships in Prague, and he has scored one of the goals in this game with Czechoslovakia.
The team has been playing. They didn't expect to do that well, and as we've said before, the changes they've made, 2 new goaltenders, 3 new defensemen. It was expected that they wouldn't play all that well defensively in this tournament. But here we have Kralik playing in the World Championship, and they haven't scored against them in 5 periods of play against Team Finland and Team Canada. And this is quite remarkable, really, when you can play in the World Championship and play the first 5 periods and not be scored on. It looks like that they're going to be a contender for the gold medal in the tournament with the Soviet Union. And if Canada can come back here a little bit and then further with Team Canada.
And unfortunately, we've had a few technical problems with the Soviet television setup here and are unable to bring you highlights of that second period. There were some outstanding plays, Tom, as you mentioned. Great plays by Czechoslovakia, and goaltender Yuri Kralik had to be sharp. But Ed Stanowski kept Team Canada in the game, no question about that. The young goaltender from the St. Louis Blues made several key stops. Gave up one weak goal by Aberman, but he certainly cannot be faulted on the fact that Canada is trailing 3-0. It's a rather close game all the way. A couple of mental miscues by Team Canada. They've been skating with Czechoslovakia, and this third period will tell the story as we get set to go now. Both teams at full strength. Gary Younger kicks the puck away. The linesman blew the whistle, spotting a player jumping offside before the puck was dropped. 2 of the officials are from Finland, the referee Kaisla, Van Hanen, one of the linesmen, and Shell from Hungary is the other member of the officiating staff. Here comes Halinka, got to the Team Canada line, then was stopped. Goes back after the puck, Halinka at center. Cleared it up on the left side, going over the line. Havlicek with Bozar. Back to Bubla, lets it go, and that's deflected wide. Loose puck behind the net, and they knocked the net almost on top of goaltender Stanowski.
While here the nets don't really have the high pins in Europe that they have in North America. They just have little nubs in the bottom of the post. They don't have the pin protruding from the ice, and they just drill a very small hole and then put the pins down in it. The nets here aren't quite as stable as they are in most North American rinks.
And the game delayed momentarily here as Green is having problems with his face mask, and now he heads over to the bench and replaced by number 2, Brad Marsh. All set to go. The puck is dropped, cleared into the corner to Brad Marsh, number 2. Watched by Halinka. Passes it ahead to Gary Younger. Bounced off his skate. Now he has control of it. Circling inside his own line. Unger brings it to the blue line. Watched by Halinka. Slaps it off the boards, where it was stopped by Bubla. Dennis Baruch clears it off the boards into the Czechoslovakian zone. Goaltender Kralik left it there. Now it goes over to Havlicek. Havlicek stopped by Baruch in front. Dion couldn't get a good shot away. There's a chance for Unger, but he was checked before he got a shot and broke his stick. Havlicek at center for Czechoslovakia. Got away from Dion. Cleared it to an open wing. Moving up is Unger. Slaps at it. Marsh knocks it down. And it's a delayed offside at the Czechoslovakian line. Well, we have a moment. We'd like to mention that a group of students and adults from the Yorkton Junior Composite High School, Yorkton, Saskatchewan, are in attendance at this game today in Moscow. They're on a language tour, and they've been touring the Soviet Union, so we welcome them, and I'm sure Team Canada welcomes them as well. A group of students from Yorkton Junior Composite High School here in Moscow cheering on Team Canada. There's a shot by Maxwell, stopped by Yuri Krolik, and Krolik comes away out of the net, flies into the corner, and holds on.
Well, I know it's one thing that Krolik does. He comes a long way out of the net. He's being warned there by the official because he has held up the play quite a bit. There we see the shot, the rebound coming out. There he's diving on the rebound, and really it's needless to kill the play. There goes the Team Canada player over top him into the boards, but he's been warned by the official about killing the play needlessly.
Back to the live action. Peter Stashny's weak shot is stopped by Stadowski. Slaps it along the boards to Nick Libet. Libet drops it back into his own zone. Maxwell. Pass to McCourt. McCourt trying to set up Libet. Got away from him. After it is Milan Kuzela. Kuzela bumped by Nick Libet. Libet knocks the puck loose, but then in to help out was Fagala of Czechoslovakia. Drops the puck over to the far side to Anton Stashny. Back to Marian Stashny. Tried to give it to brother Peter, and it got away from him and goes right back to the Czechoslovakian blue line to Kuzela. Kuzela to Stashny. Marian Stashny has it up over the Team Canada line. Rolls it in front to Peter Stashny, and it just rolled over his stick. In front. Back into the corner. Now it's number 16 for Canada. That's Paul Woods from the Detroit Red Wings to Ryan Walter. Walter is stopped. Marian Stashny brings it to the line but couldn't get over. Brad Maxwell for Canada took a shot, and that was stopped by Kuzela. Kuzela behind his own net. Pass ahead to Anton Stashny. Then it's cleared out to center to Milan Novi. Novi got away from one Team Canada player, and the puck goes to Guy Charon. Two teams at full strength. Czechoslovakia leading 3-0. Goes into the corner. After it is Walter, and it's a delayed offside. From Moscow, this is the World Cup of Hockey. We played 2 minutes and 57 seconds in the third period. 3-0 Czechoslovakia. After the puck is Rick Green. Slaps it to the Czechoslovakian line. Gets it again to Walter. Over to Guy Charon. His shot. And Krolik stops that. And it's cleared ahead to Milan Novi. Novi brings it back for Czechoslovakia. Takes it into the corner. Knocked off stride by Rick Green and hauled down. Here comes Ryan Walter. Walter for Canada to Charon. Back to Walter. Walter slapped it, then he was knocked against the boards by Novi, and the puck goes down the ice to Trevor Johansson. Johansson for Canada. Late pass for Paymon. Paymon into the corner to Guy Charon, rolls it in front, and he was stopped by Dvorak. Dvorak then checked by Charon. The puck goes loose. Lead pass ahead to Mark Nett, and he traces it into the corner, watched by number 3, Rick Green. Here it comes to Paymon. Paymon brings it back for Canada. Got to his own blue line, stopped, then the pass comes over to the right wing side. Paymon going in with Guy Charon. Tries to get it back to Charon, to Paymon, and it's broken up by Halupa. Dvorak, number 9 for Czechoslovakia, has it at center. On the right side for Aberman. Aberman goes in behind the Team Canada net. Ups against the boards, and Johansson brings it back. Johansson to Charon. Going in with Payne. Shoots it into the corner. And goes to the bench for line change. And Payne shoots and scores. Payne stole the puck in front and beats Krolik.
Well, there we had the dump in by Charon. Charon, Team Canada was in the middle of a change. Charon dumped the puck in. Paymon was in fast to get possession of the puck. He got to the puck before the Czechoslovakian player behind the net. Got it back out the side, and Payne was there to shoot the puck low to the glove side by Krolik and break the period. Here we have Paymon just throwing that puck to the side. Payne shooting quickly, giving the puck by Krolik, but it had been dumped in by Charon as the first man to the puck. There we have Paymon getting the puck. Payne making the shot low to the glove side of Krolik for the first Team Canada goal.
and 15 minutes and 21 seconds left in the third period. There's a shot by Stastny, knocked down by the defense. And we'll see if this brings Team Canada to life. As that goal by Steve Payne from Paymont. Payne shoots it right back in. McAdam into the corner. Bumped by Anton Stastny. Gets it back. There's a drive. And that went wide as David Chan let it go. Another shot, this time by Marsh, was deflected just wide. Bobby Smith trying to get it loose, and he's checked, and they hold it against the board.
There we see Leonid Brezhnev, the chairman of the Soviet Socialist Republic, watching the game today, and all the brass there watching, because hockey is very, very important in this country.
14 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game. That last Team Canada goal has really brought the fans, some of them to their feet, and the whistling has started. And of course, they'd like to see Czechoslovakia lose, and that would certainly help the Soviet Union in their quest for another World Hockey Championship title. Puck rolls to the side. Here's a chance now for Canada. Back to Greg Smith to Brad Maxwell. His shot, and it's knocked out. Maxwell gets to the game, makes the shot, moves in front, and Marouk just failed to deflect that home. Maxwell has it at center. Stopped by Novi. And Novi had it knocked off his stick, gets to the game. That last goal for Canada, scored by Steve Payne from Paymont. Over the line now for Novi. Couldn't get a shot as Greg Smith has him tied up. Canada brings it back. Marcel Dion at center, going in with Maxwell and Gary Younger. And he was stopped before he could get over the blue line. Stopped there by Aberman, number 25. Greg Smith slaps it off the board. Now Maxwell moves over to help out. Maxwell on defense for Canada, gives it to Gary Younger. Younger trying to set up Marouk. Marouk kicks the puck loose, and it's clear to Martinet. Martinet comes to the Team Canada line, gets it back to Novi. Novi trying to pass it to Aberman, and it was intercepted by Gary Younger. Younger for Canada, gets away from Novi. Younger going in with Marouk. Takes it to the line to Maxwell. Maxwell rolls it into the corner to Younger. Younger behind the Czechoslovakia net. Marouk steals it, rolls it in front, and Dion just failed to get a shot. Puck is still loose, and Novi shoots it down the ice. And it'll be icing as Greg Smith touches it. From Moscow, this is the World Cup of Hockey. The goal scorers for Czechoslovakia, Halinka, Juric, and Aberman. And Steve Payne has scored for Canada. It's 3-1. Here's Johansson getting set, a shot, and that just deflected off number 14, Libet, and went wide. Dale McCourt tries to get the puck loose, does to Libet. Libet backhanding it, and it's knocked down, gets it again, and then was pinned against the boards, and Bubla cleared it to an open wing. Trevor Johansson on defense now with Rick Green for Canada. Over the line goes Wood. And before he could get the pass to Libet, he was just knocked off stride. Green brings it back. Green on left wing, moves it over the line, and it's offside at the Czechoslovakian blue line. And the fans unhappy with that call.
Well, the first Team Canada goal not only has brought Team Canada to life, but I think the fans here, Helvin, we have a lot of shy boos, a lot of people coming to life in this building who are giving some support to Team Canada, because I think that they see an advantage in Canada playing well here, because the Czechoslovakian team, I'm sure that most Soviets in this building feel, are their chief opposition for a gold medal this year.
And we have 12 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game. 3-1 for Czechoslovakia as Juric, number 4. Cleared it out to Stastny. This is Anton on left wing. Lets the shot go. And it deflects up over the glass and out of play off defenseman David Chan.
Well, there we see the two Stashnys talking to one another, and I'm sure that Anton felt that that puck should have been back into the slot rather than a shot from the bad angle and being deflected, and he was talking there to his brother, making sure that he wanted that puck over, and I think that he shot the puck without really looking and seeing him free in front of the net.
All games today here in Moscow have been very close. In the U.S. played to a 1-1 tie. The Soviets beat Germany 3-2. There's Paymon in the corner, bumped by Anton Stastny and cleared behind the net. Sharon chases it there. Sharon gets it back and drives, and Marsh let it go, and it's gloved by Kralik. And the face-off will be to Kralik's right. And Canada coaches Marshall Johnston and Andre Boudria. Leave Ryan Walter out there with Guy Sharon and Will Paymon. And on defense are the two members of the Atlanta Flames just joining the team yesterday, Brad Marsh and David Chan. Now we're ready. The puck comes back. Here's Paymon's shot over the top of the net. Dvorak chased by Ryan Walter. Puck comes to center. Martinet. Over on the right side to Halupa. Halupa then drops it right back into his own zone. Cleared to center to Milan Novi. Novi to Martinet. Goes into the corner after it. Stopped by Sharon. Then gets to the game. Knocked off stride. And it's brought out by Team Canada. Here comes Sharon. Got to the Czechoslovakian line. Then the pass was deflected just wide. Dvorak right in front of his own net. Clears it to Milan Novi. Novi gets it to the line. Aberman is bumped. And the puck goes rolling along to the side. David Chan in front of his own net. Passes to Brad Marsh. Marsh over on the right wing side to Al McAdam. McAdam checked by Dvorak. In behind the net goes Steve Payne. Falls. Tries to get it in front. And he's pinned there against the boards, and we get a whistle. As Al McAdam was bumped by Dvorak.
Well, the tempo has picked up again. Team Canada pressing and really taking the play of the Czechoslovakian team. We've had a few good hits at both ends. Halupa and Dvorak taking Team Canada players hard to the boards, and Brad Marsh standing up at the blue line and shaking Aberman loose from the puck. But there have been some good hits in the last few minutes and some very fast hockey.
11 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. 3-1 for Czechoslovakia over Team Canada. Here's Bobby Smith trying to get it in front. Bozar checked him. Got the puck over to Havlicek, number 22. Then around the other side to Juris. Juris can't get it out. Bobby Smith keeps it in for Canada. Rolls it in front. And Kralik loves that and holds on. That last goal, Tom, has really lifted the spirits of Team Canada.
Well, right there, too, we see something with goaltenders just, hey, Kralik was moving across, anticipating the pass across in front of the net, and his own defenseman tried to block the pass. All he had to do was take a stick away, and it wouldn't have deflected dangerously in front of the net, and almost went in the Czechoslovakian goal.
Greg Smith for Canada has it at center, backhands it. El McAdam goes after it, trying to get away from Jurek. Knocks against the board. Puck goes to Bobby Smith. Smith drops it back, and it's outside the line. Greg Smith to Payne. He couldn't handle the pass, and it goes to Bubla. Number 19 for Czechoslovakia. Bubla then was stopped. Canada has it again, shoots it in. Jurek goes after it. Brings it back now for Czechoslovakia. Pass to Halinka. Halinka got away from Greg Smith, but then was stopped by Brad Maxwell. And it's offside at the Team Canada blue line.
Well, Team Canada changing quickly here and late in the hockey game, and when you're playing on these big ice surfaces, in a way, you have to make those changes quick because there's a lot of ice to cover out there. Players get tired quickly, and that's the dilemma for coaches in this type of a hockey game. When you're down 3-1 and you've got a good group out there that's pressing, it looks like they may not just be quite clicking. You'd like to leave them a little longer, but you don't want to leave them there to get too tired, so you have a goal scored against your own hockey club.
Well, as Gary Younger mentioned, too, in the intermission there with Johnny Esau having to take advantage of the bigger ice surface, and I think that was the plan here in the third period. And it's resulted in one goal for Team Canada. Green is knocked down, no penalty there. The puck is loose at center, and it's brought in by Peter Stastny. Then he decides to go back into his own zone with 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Vegala cleared it out. Marcel Dion intercepts. Dion going in with Maruk and Unger. Takes it into the corner, but lost the puck as Kuzella took it away from him. Now it's Anton Stastny ahead to Peter. He is checked. Dennis Baruch tries to knock it loose. Marion Stachny breaks down the left wing side, moves over to center, and it was knocked off his stick by Rick Green. Green has it for Canada. Got the pass ahead to Baruch. Baruch gives it to Green. Green to Trevor Johansson. Johansson fires it in. Baruch goes in after it. Baruch slaps it against the boards. Marcel Dion was bumped by Tutzela. Puck is cleared out to center ice, and here goes Stachny. Marion Stachny moving into the Team Canada zone. Back to Peter, back to Marion. Marion to the line to Bubla. Moves in front to Anton Stachny, and his backhand went wide. Canada's Marcel Dion. Got the puck ahead to number 14, Nick Libet. Then he overskated the puck, gets to the game. And Czechoslovakia breaks that up, and they shoot it down the ice with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. It's 3-1 Czechoslovakia as Canada winds up. That pass at center. Up over the line goes Dale McCourt. Gets it over to the other side. Paul Woods trying to get a shot, and he was checked. And there'll be a penalty coming up to Czechoslovakia. A tripping call from Moscow. This is the World Cup of Hockey. Welcome back to Moscow with 8 minutes and 11 seconds left in the game. 3-1, the penalty to Halupa for tripping. And Canada has the power play. The puck shot down the ice. And backboard for Canada, number 6, is David Shan. Shan behind his own net, watched by Halinka, brings it out, passes to Guy Charron, going in with Ryan Walter. Walter takes the pass, but it's offside.
Well, here is where Team Canada needs to get on the scoreboard again. Now, they've been pressing for most of this period. They have their first goal. They've got the power play with 7:52 remaining, and a goal here in the next 2 minutes would give them the opportunity to at least come back and try to get a tie and salvage the 1 point out of this hockey game.
And they have possession of the puck right now. And it's brought out by Dale McCourt, but he was stopped by Halinka, who almost broke into the Team Canada zone. Shan covers up, though, number 6 for Canada. Here's Shan to pass to Guy Charron. Charron at center, got away from Aberman. Passed it on the right side. Paymont is offside. And he's unhappy with that call, and I think he has good reason to be.
Well, I'm wondering, the official indicated, I believe, that it was the winger on the far side when Charron made the pass to Paymont. He went over, I think, Ryan Walter on the far side. I don't think Paymont was offside as he moved in onside, and he was justifiably upset. But I think Ryan Walter went a step ahead on the left side.
1 minute and 18 seconds left in the Czechoslovakian penalty as Canada shoots it in. And they race in quickly after it. Kralik made the stop. Paymont tries to get the pass back, and he's checked. Stops at the line, and then it got away from the defenseman, David Shan. Here comes McCourt. Swings away from Halinka. McCourt brings it over the line, over to Walter, then he's upset. No penalty there as McCourt gives it to Guy Charron. Around the board, moving over quickly to keep it in was Shan, but he didn't get there in time as the puck was really traveling at good velocity, and now he has it. Brings it over the line, drops it back. Guy Charron moves it in front. Paymont was checked, and it came outside the line as he grabs a hold of Marion Stachny. Shan goes back after it for Team Canada. 25 seconds left in the Czechoslovakian penalty as Al McAdams in with Bobby Smith. McAdam in the corner. Payne moves in front, and his shot is knocked down by Bubla, and the Czechoslovakians shoot it down the ice. 8 seconds left in the penalty. Here goes Brad Maxwell. Maxwell for Canada to Bobby Smith. Going in with Payne and McAdam. Here's Smith. Drops it over to Payne, but it's intercepted by Marion Stachny as Czechoslovakia has successfully killed off that penalty. Exactly 6 minutes remaining in the game. 3-1 for Czechoslovakia. Payne goes after the puck. Bubla squeezes him out of the play. Payne knocks it loose, then Bubla slaps it off the boards and down the ice. And going backboard for Canada is Maxwell. And when he touches it, it'll be icing against Czechoslovakia.
Well, Team Canada failed to get on the scoreboard on that power play. They had a few good opportunities. McCord looked good handling that puck at the point. It makes the moves Bobby Smith late in the period, but they They just couldn't get in to get that goal to get them back in the game. 3-1, 5:41 remaining. A little tough to get back in. A power play goal there would have helped.
5 minutes and 41 seconds time, as you mentioned, left in the game. And Dennis Marouk is out there for the face-off. Canada keeps it in at the line. Marouk goes after it, then it was knocked away from him. Here goes Milan Novi. Going in on goal, a shot. Gets the rebound, and the initial shot was blocked by Johansson. Novi to Aberman, and his shot goes wide. Marcel Dion comes with the Czechoslovakian player Stavozil, who's out there now for the first time, number 12.
Well, Milan Novi broke in very quickly there, and Aberman was free on the side. He elected to shoot the puck, and the Team Canada defender went down to block the shot, but Aberman was free, breaking the side. He didn't give him the puck. He gave it to him later off the rebound.
Back to the action now. Rick Green behind his own net for Canada. Steve Payne has scored the lone goal for Canada. They trail 3-1. Novi intercepts that pass. Johansson then slaps it in, and it's offside. And a reminder from Moscow, this is the World Cup of Hockey. And we're into the final 5 minutes and 3 seconds in the game. And the Team Canada attack. Marouk got to the line, then was stopped there. Puck rolls into the corner. It'll be icing. And it's called against Czechoslovakia. And the face-off comes right back into the Czechoslovakian zone to the right of Yuri Krolik. Scoring in the game for Czechoslovakia, Halinka, Juric, and Aberman. Canada has scored here in the third period. Steve Payne from Will Paymo. They didn't give an assist to Sharon, but he was the one that got it in initially. Marcel Dion had the puck, brought back though by Czechoslovakia's Havlicek. Rolls it in front to Halinka, and he's knocked off stride, and there'll be a penalty against Canada's Gary Unger for tripping.
Well, the Czechoslovakian team, that's what they like to do. They like to, it's not the first guy or the guy breaking to the net that you have to worry about. It's that man coming late. And you saw Halinka just break into that slot area late, and he had to be dumped by Gary Unger because he was going to move across the net for a good opportunity, but he was taken down on the play. There you see Halinka moving in late across that slot and being dumped by Gary Unger, who's coming across.
This is Canada's second game at the World Championship. Yesterday, they defeated the United States 6-3, and in that game, Will Paymo had 3 goals. They trail this one 3-1. And they'll have to kill off a penalty right now to Gary Unger, and we have 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. Marion Stachny, number 18, almost lost it there in his own zone to Paul Woods. Woods, a member of the Detroit Red Wings, out there with another Red Wing member, Nick Libet, to kill off this penalty. Bubla has it for Czechoslovakia. Shoots it into the corner. After it quickly there is Paul Woods. Can't get it out though. Stachny keeps it in. Peter gives it to Halinka. Halinka, number 21, setting up, drops it back to Bubla. Bubla, number 19. Takes the shot, gives it to Halinka, lets it go, and that's stopped by Paul Woods. And Woods has it for Canada and shoots it right to goaltender Krolik. And he had trouble with that shot and fell out of the net with it. Bubla drops it behind his own net. Marion Stachny for Czechoslovakia. Cleared it over. Up comes Peter Stachny over to the far side to Anton Marion, and his shot was stopped. Ryan Walter for Team Canada gives it to David Chan. Here's Chan going into the corner, moves right in front of the net, got a shot, and it was stopped on the short side by Krolik. 3 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. 39 seconds left in the Team Canada penalty to Unger. Marsh got it out to center ice, then was stopped. Here comes Peter Stachny in front. Drive, they score! Bubla! Bubla makes it 4-1 with a power play goal.
Well, Bubla moved right up into the top of the circle, and like Juris on his first goal, the defensemen for Czechoslovakia aren't afraid to move right up in there when they get the opportunity. And what we saw is Bubla. And Bubla, incidentally, he's one of their veteran defensemen that likes to move. There you see them breaking for the net. Bubla, who who is the point man, moving right in almost to the dot when he makes that shot. Here we get another look at it. There's the first man moving wide with the puck. When he throws it back into the slot, it's the defenseman who's moving in there. Bubla's shot getting by Stanowski for the fourth Czechoslovakian goal.
Here comes Czechoslovakia again. Havlicek, and he was checked. And Team Canada brings it right back. Bobby Smith, backhanded intended for Payne. Halupa breaks that up. Leads pass for Savosville. And he was stopped before he could get a shot. Dvorak dropped it back to Aberman. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game. And Czechoslovakia has it. Milan Novi drops it to Halupa. He's stopped by Payne, who tried to get it to Al McAdam. Greg Smith then gets it. Off the boards to McAdam, going in with Maxwell. Maxwell takes it into the corner, a shot, and that's kicked out. Back to Greg Smith, and that went sailing over the top of the net. Czechoslovakia, Milan Novi got to the line, shoots it in, right to goaltender Ed Stanowski. Steve Payne had it bounce away from him, then slaps at it, gets it. Payne watched by Novi. The final 2 minutes of the game. Here's Payne, gives it to Greg Smith. Smith goes up, watched by Dvorak into the corner. Puck is knocked loose and brought back once again by Czechoslovakia, and they just got it to center ice. Trevor Johansson slaps it in. Milan Novi. Novi gives it to Halupa. In front, chance for Marcel Dion. Dion got a shot, and Dvorak stopped that. 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the game. This is Havlicek, number 22. Shoots it, and it hit the Team Canada player Unger and goes right back to the Czechoslovakian line. Bozar backhands it to Bubla. Bubla scored the last goal and gets a perfect pass over the line. That shot, and that went wide as Holinka let it sail. Havlicek to Bubla. Bubla couldn't get a shot away as he was well covered by Rick Green. In behind the net, Green left it there for Dennis Marouf. Marouf with 55 seconds left. Passes to Green. Green at center for Canada to Marouf. Deflects it over the line. Unger chases after it. Gives it to Marcel Dion. Dion breaking for the goal. Then drops the pass to Rick Green, who keeps it in. Bozar behind the net. 33 seconds left in the third period and the game. Puck comes back. Here's Marcel Dion. Here we are into the corner. It stopped and then cleared out to center. And Canada has it again. Green ahead to Dennis Marouf over the line. And spun around was Trevor Johansson with 15 seconds left. 4-1 Czechoslovakia. Here goes Marian Stastny. And a good save by Ed Stanowski on that drive by Stastny. 4 seconds left. And the puck is brought out by Gary Unger to Marouf. And the game is over. From Moscow in the World Cup of Hockey, we'll be back in a moment. Czechoslovakian national anthem And now the award presentations to the two outstanding players of the game, as Czechoslovakia remains undefeated after 2 games in the championship, and they defeat Team Canada here today. And now the presentations to the most valuable players. Dennis Marouf is named the most valuable player of Team Canada. And he gets the presentation. And the outstanding player for Czechoslovakia, Ivan Halinka, also number 21. Final score, Czechoslovakia 4 and Canada 1. From Moscow, this is the World Cup of Hockey.